Hi, my name is Roger Schlater. This video is actually about the questions that a banker will ask you about your business loan. So it's nice to be prepared to answer all these questions because you almost know he's going to ask a lot of them. He may not ask every one. He may not ask a lot of them. He may ask, a couple questions and that'd be done. But anyway, most business loans can be hard to get. The more you know the answers to the questions that the banker will ask, really the better your chances of landing that business loan for your business. As I look at it, there's really, and I've been on the banker side asking these questions. A lot of times you don't really have them written down. They're just off the cuff. So it's like no matter, so I could ask you all sorts of things that may have nothing to do with your business or very little, and I may not be prepared. A lot of bankers are not. So anyway, that is why I usually say to go ahead and write a short business loan proposal to the bank, and I do have a video on this. But anyway, if you do that, then you'll be prepared for the questions that the bank does not ask. So anyway, the way I look at it is there's three categories of questions that a banker can ask. The first one is cost figures. What is the dollar figure of starting your business? He will really want detail of your total cost of starting your business. I know you like to say, oh man, I don't know, it'll take me, 100 grand, 200 grand to start this business. It's like, okay, I need to detail the total cost of starting your business. This includes, your means of paying the bills and putting the food on your table. So anyway, not only do I want the costs and everything, but really, how are you going to get by during this period? Are you going to keep your day job? Do you have a job? What is really going to happen? Because chances are you're not going to be able to take money out of this thing from the get-go. So anyway, either you have money saved up or you have a day job, or maybe you take on another job. But somehow you have to actually pay the bills and put food on the table. So anyway, cost figures. Number one, rent or mortgage monthly payments. Now, usually if you're starting a new business, you're not going to buy a building. You may already own a building and you're just utilizing that building. Most businesses, when they start, will have rent payments. They will rent a space, whether it be, a kind of crappy part of town, area that they rent. Maybe it'll be an old apartment that somebody had somewhere, or maybe it'll be in a strip center in a really nice area of town. So anyway, you do have to know that rent or mortgage payment monthly, the rent payment, what it's going to be per month. And then he's going to probably ask you, well, hey, they're going to make you pay a month up front. Sometimes they make you pay the first and last month's rent. So there's a lot of different things that could be asked about that. Anyway, reno or reno a space, renovation of the space, and the cost of furniture and fixtures. This can be a big part of the project, and you really have to know, just because you have the space, what are you going to do with it? If it's going to be retail, then that means the nicer it's got to be. If this is some office or some manufacturing type or service type business, you probably don't need nothing, man. You could do it in some old garage somewhere, So anyway, the renovation of space and the cost of furniture, fixtures, and some of them, I mean, if you go through SBA, they're actually going to want the cost of those furniture and fixtures. They're going to want bids on the rental space, and the cost of the furniture fixtures. They're going to want something either from a seller or something off the internet, really, to show the cost. The next thing you want is equipment needed by your business, and then again, you're going to really have to pull something off the internet or get some bids from somebody about this equipment. Inventory and other inputs to run your business. Inventory can take different forms. If you're retail, the inventory is the products you're selling. If it's a kind of manufacturer, then you have different inputs for the cost of goods sold, and part of that could be labor. So anyway, really you need to know, what inputs to run your business, what inventory or what you need to do it. Maybe it's just a consulting business. Well, you do need paper, you do need a printer, you do need the printer's got to have fax capability, you do need a desk, a chair, you do need some things. So anyway, the next one would be employees needed. How many employees, how many hours, Will this number increase over time? You really need to know. And he's going to ask you, you're going to have employees and how much you're going to pay them. And, he'll start doing the figures right there. So anyway, you do need to know those numbers. The next one would be utilities. I don't care, how green you are, you're going to need electric, absolutely. And then you may need gas. And how about water and trash? You may need not water, but you may need it for a bathroom or for a sink or for, or just a faucet maybe to drink out of. You need trash. You're going to generate trash. I don't care who you are. And then telephone and internet. And these are just part of the utilities. You could have other utilities also. The next one would be supplies. And supplies would take the form of like paper supplies, ink for printers, envelopes. There could be a whole lot of different supplies that you would need. So you really need to have something for supplies. If you don't really have the itemization of the things you're going to buy, then just throw a number out there for supplies so he knows you've thought about it. The second thing, and this is a big thing, how long is your business cycle? And that is, how long is your sales to a product, to an end user, the time and materials to make one sale. And then really from your sales to cash or loss, how long will it take you to generate income? It's going to take you 1 week. It's going to take you 1 month, to create product and deliver product. Bill the customer pays, and then you generate income. So anyway, that business cycle from inception to getting paid for your work is a big deal. And how long is that going to take? And then number 3 is he's going to want to see your projection of income. Usually he'll want to see 2 years of income and expense projections. And they'll also want to see assumptions, how you came up with those numbers. I mean, you can't just pull them out of the air. You got to say, hey, I've got this expense and it's caused by this, or it's because of this. These assumptions, if it was sales, just different things. In my experience in this type of business, I should pick up, 20% of the business in this city or in this neighborhood or whatever. Or if it's a franchise, a lot of times they'll already have assumptions there. They'll already know where these sales are coming from and where the expenses are coming from. Some other questions. Who's your customer? They're always going to want to know that. How will you contact him or her? How's that going to be? Are you just going to, call people on the phone? Are you going to walk in their office? How are you going to get these people? And then what is your market? Physical and industry. What's your physical market? You're going to sell statewide. You're going to sell citywide. You're going to sell in your neighborhood. You're going to sell over the whole United States. And then again, not only your physical market, that'd be your physical market, but your industry. In your industry, what is your market in your industry? If you're an accountant, what kind of accountant? What different specializations do you have? So that is very important. And then again, why would a customer buy your product or service? Is he buying your product or service to save money? Is he buying your product or service to get better quality? Is he buying your product or service to feel good? Really, why does he buy your service? What benefits does he get from it? Or what does he think he's going to get from it? Customers usually buy answers to problems, or they buy feel-good products. Usually it's answers to problems. Usually he's got a problem and he needs to buy something to satisfy that problem that he has. And maybe the problem is he just doesn't have any of this one product that he needs, or does not have it in a way that he needs it. The next one would be, who are your competitors? Who are those competitors? How big are they? What's their price? What is their kind of mode of operation? And he will want to know your competitors, so you better be able to know who those are. And then again, can you cross-sell any other products or services with your product or service? Even if these products or services are made by somebody else, a lot of times that's really good to have something else that you can tack onto your product that helps bring that customer in. You know, say I not only make this, but I can also set you up with this, which is a good, you know, a good add-on product to this other product. Even if you're getting it from somebody else, it really doesn't matter. Just kind of hold you tighter to that customer because you're selling more products. Anyway, does that product have a warranty or a guarantee? A lot of people nowadays, you know, if you give them a 100% money back guarantee during a certain period, or maybe you just give them the warranty, you know, we warrant this for a year, you know, and after that you're on your own. So it really kind of depends. I mean, a warranty would be, you know, in consumer terms, would be like a washer dryer warranty. You know, it breaks down and you come and fix it, or somebody comes and fixes it. You know, and then basically a guarantee would be if your product doesn't do what you said it'd do, you get your money back. There's a lot of people that do have those, and it's surprising that they aren't taken advantage of more than they are, because a lot of people will, if they get a good service from somebody, are not going to ask their money back. So anyway, and there's probably a lot more questions. And then again, if you ask a question and you don't know the answer, just don't tell them, hey, I don't know, I never thought of that. Just say, hey, you know, I've thought about that. Give me till tomorrow to kind of work that out, or later today to work that out for you. And then you want to, you know, tell them you'll call them the next day with the answer, or later that day with the answer. And that's a lot better than just saying, gee, I don't know, and leaving it at that. You know, you want to say, hey, I'll find out the answer to that question. I will call you back. So anyway, please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for notifications of future videos, and I hope you hit the like button if you got any good information from this video, anything you can use. Anyway, my name is Roger Schlueter, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.